video because I got duped on some Baccarat 540 by Mason Francis Kirk DeJean, and I wanted to make sure that nobody else gets duped. So I kept the duped one. I don't know if you can tell by looking at these two boxes which one is authentic and which one is not, but I'm going to go over a few features that will help you identify this, because there are really good duplicates out there that, unless you just really know what you're looking at, you're not going to know that it's fake. Because I didn't until I got sick. I got a respiratory issue from the fake one that I received. I had bought it on eBay and it came from maybe another country, I don't remember. But it was, if it's a little cheaper, then it's too good to be true. Let me tell you why. Because this perfume is not super inexpensive. It's about $300 at like Neiman Marcus and most of those places. So honestly, if you're trying to save a few bucks, unless you can really tell the difference between the duplicate and the authentic, I would, for your own safety, buy it from an authorized retailer. So I'm going to show you some of the things that are telltale signs of the authentic version versus the duped version. So on my right is the authentic one. And so just from the box, the outside boxes alone, you're going to see a few differences. So if you look at it this way, the left box, which is the duped one, is going to be, the red on the Baccarat is a lot deeper. It's more of a burgundy. And yes, Baccarat, most of the reds on there are burgundies, but that one's just a little bit darker than what's on the authentic box. Something else that I want to point out is this. So the gold writing, it's raised on the authentic box. And on here, it's not raised, it's etched down into it. So this is more of a bubbled up, and this is more into the cardboard or whatever this is, paper. Also, as you can see, the boxes are two different colors. So the authentic one is in a stark white box, and this is more of an ivory or a off-white. Something you probably can't see on my camera is this is smooth. The whole box is smooth, but on this one, there is a slight texture, and I will see if I can, you can see kind of like with typing paper, but the golds are different. And you can see where the authentic one is raised and the dupe is not. Something else, and this is huge, on the authentic one, in the last name, the J, if you will look closely, the J has, it's almost straight and then just a slight loop. On the duped version, there is a squiggle at the bottom. That right there is a dead giveaway. That is not authentic. I have seen these on eBay, I have seen these on Poshmark, and people are, and maybe they don't know that they're not authentic, but they are selling them as authentic, and they're definitely not. The box sizes are almost identical. Then you turn these over. Here's another thing that I noticed, the serial numbers. Well, not only that, so on the real box, the writing is kind of like a dark gray, but on this, it's more like a black. And if you look really closely, you can tell that they're not symmetrical. There are more words on line one of this than there are on the fake boxes. So on the fake box, it stops at fragrance, and on the real one, it stops at aqua water. Then another thing, there is a barcode or a QR code on the box of the authentic one, and the serial number is different. On a lot of the fakes, the reference number is the same, but if you'll notice, this serial number, this one specifically, is used on a lot of the fake ones. Now, the counterfeiters will eventually figure this out, and they will start changing these serial numbers. But for now, the QR code and the serial number is another way. Now, on the back of the box, I didn't notice any major differences. Everything is pretty much carbon copy. So you look at both of them. I mean, the writing's a little bit different on the authentic box, but not really. I mean, you would have to have them next to each other to know for sure. Now you get to the bottom and everything seems to be in line, but if you look at the email address or the website on the fake box, it says www.com. On the authentic one, there's no www. It's just .com. So that's another way. Say yours doesn't come with a box. And, oh, one more thing I want to point out. On the authentic box, if you look at the two K's on the top, you can see that you have, it looks like an upside down L. And then you go to the fake one and you have that also. So that is not any different from one to the other. The colors of gold are different. This is more like a gold copper, and this is like a bright gold. So those are, the color of the gold is another way you can tell. So then opening the boxes, and I'm really doing this for informational purposes because I don't want other people to get duped. I got my money back, but I also had like a breathing issue because of it. So if you go into the boxes, the tab is different. So on the authentic bottle, you have the logo. On the fake bottle, the ribbon tab is not only longer, but it has the name, and then the logo's on the back. This one, the authentic one, has the logo on both sides. So that's another thing. So going into the actual boxes, I'm gonna take the perfumes out. And when you do that, you can't really tell the difference. It all looks very much the same with the interior box. So I'm going to, this is the fake one, and this is the real one. And I'm going to, see, even the real one won't come out of the box very easily. So kind of bear with me while I get this going, so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So I am gonna set my camera right there for 1 second, so I can get this to cooperate with me. And then we will go back to doing the video. So give me like 2 seconds because it's stuck in the box and I can't get it out. I don't know why that is. So, okay. I'm so sorry. I really thought I had this all ready to go, but it's stuck in the box. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull it out without the carton. So, same thing, on the real box, the interior box, you have the name. It's bubbled just like the exterior box. And then the J. The J is almost straight within a curve. So on the fake box, and this is really weird. So here you have the curve, but then up here it's almost a straight J like it's supposed to be. So that could be very, confusing for some people. So look at everything pretty closely because this actually looks like the real box on the interior. So does this. So there's like kind of a background here, kind of a watermark look. And so there is on this one, but you can see the watermark better on this one. And maybe actually, I don't know if they're exactly the same, which is strange. But anyway, this is the authentic bottle. And side by side, you can't really tell a difference. The reds are a little bit different on camera. So this one's more of a bright red, but in person, here, let me lay this down, because in person, they're very similar. Okay. So see, like you would really, the one on the left is the fake bottle. It's more of a bright red, and the B is a little bit different. But if you look at the real bottle, my camera is picking everything up perfectly. And I mean, from at first glance, you cannot tell. But then you go to the authentic bottle, and again, you have the J. And then you go over here to the replica, and the J is curved. So that right there is a big sign that it's not authentic. And then the colors, of course. So then I even went a little bit deeper into this whole thing. Now, when you look at the little message things, both of them look very similar. All the way down to, again, the J. And the J here has the little squiggly tail at the bottom. And here it does not. So, you know, a lot of the wording is actually a good way to tell, but something else I notice is in the real bottle, the color of the perfume is a little bit different. So if you can see that, the authentic bottle, it's a little bit lighter. And, you know, if you didn't have both bottles side by side, a normal consumer wouldn't be able to tell that. But I noticed that because obviously I have the fake bottle, and that's why I kept this, so I could do this video. But yeah, different colors. So then you get up here and you look at the caps. The caps are different. So this is where the K is different. So on this one, if you look at the Ks, you can see how that on the real bottle looks. But then you look at this one, and there was something different about this, and I can't remember what it was. I looked at it earlier. They actually look very close to the same, but that was just kind of messy looking versus this one's almost perfect. So, I mean, you can't really tell at that level, really. But then you take the cap off. And when you take the cap off, the cap on the real one is a lot harder to get off. It's kind of like it's got a suction. Then you look inside the caps. Now, this is also a really interesting feature. So on the authentic cap, the Ks are great and everything looks perfect, but then on the real bottle, and you may not be able to see this on camera, but this black or charcoal lining looks marbleized, and it's got like a suction like I was talking about on the authentic bottle. Then on the fake one, you don't have that marble look. It's just like almost a solid gray. A solid gray, and it's just dark and kind of sparkly. But this one is multi. It's like marbled color. They smell pretty much identical except for the fake bottle. It does smell like the perfume, so they could have like cut these with alcohol. I don't know, but it gave me some weird breathing issue. The fake, the real, the fake. Anyway, so there's how you can tell on the cap. Now something else I want to show you. When you put the bottles side by side, the spray nozzle is a different height. On the real bottle, it is much shorter than on the fake bottle. So even though they look like the same bottle of perfume, so like this, the reds, they're perfect. You cannot tell the fake one from the real one. So it's very deceiving. I mean, you really have to look closely to know what you're looking for in the replica. And some people don't mind replicas, but the fact that it gave me a breathing problem totally freaked me out. So then to go even a little further, you take this off. That all looks the same. That looks fine. And then you take the cap off of the real one. And I think there is a little bit of a difference. Yep, there is. So on the real bottle, you can see that there's a lot of differences. So on the real bottle, it's white, which that one's white too, but it's just a different shape. It's white with a kind of an ivory background. And then on this one, it is not white at all. It's silver with a white tall nozzle. So there you go. I'll kind of do a picture of the back too. I didn't notice anything really weird about the backs of either one of the bottles. They look pretty much the same as each other. I don't want to accidentally spray the fake perfume on me putting this back on, because I don't want to have the crazy little breathing issue that I had with this. So I'm going to carefully put this on, and I'm probably going to throw it away after this video because there's really no need to keep it unless somebody wants to. I don't know. I don't know what you would possibly do with it. I'm not about to use it. Oh, yeah, I was going to look at the back of the bottles to see if there's any differences. If you look at the bottoms, excuse me, there's nothing that's much different. You got your serial number on there, and you can barely see it because it's kind of etched lightly, but there it is. You can see where it ends in the 6. And on this one, same thing. I mean, they look pretty much identical, but you can see definitely through the glass that the colors are different. And pretty much everything else is right in line. So whoever's duping these are doing a pretty good job, but they're just not quite. So look, in France on this one, it's a little funky on the fake one. And if you look at it on the real bottle, it's etched a little bit differently. So like I said, it's going to be real hard for somebody that doesn't know what they're looking for to spot a replica. What I don't want is somebody to get sick and have crazy allergies or something worse from buying a fake bottle. So that's why I wanted to do my little video. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I know there was another lady on here, Perfume Realm. She did one too. So you got to be careful, ladies, if you're buying this perfume. If you're buying it for 150 bucks, if it's a full bottle, chances are it's probably not real. Like I said, this is over $300 in the States, and I think you can buy it on their website for a little bit more of a discount, but yeah. So I hope everyone has a nice evening, and I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope I was able to help some of you. Have a great evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.